It's here. Hello creeps, Anna here, and today we're going to be talking about The Devil All the Time because the movie is now out on Netflix. I am so excited to talk about this. So we're going to be comparing the book to the novel. No, we're going to be comparing the movie to the novel. If you've watched any of my videos, you know how much I love this book, and so I'm really excited to talk about it in film form. So I watched it half last night, half this morning. It's actually quite long. It's a little over 2 hours. It's 2 hours and 18 minutes. So it's a pretty long film. I think they did such a fantastic job. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna read you the bio from IMDb because it's a very intricate story. Sinister characters converge around a young man devoted to protecting those he loves in a post-war backwoods town teeming with corruption and brutality. I think that's a pretty good synopsis of what the film's about. The cool thing about this is like the book circles around so many different characters and they're kind of sectioned off. It's definitely not a linear plot. You're always kind of circling around so many different people, and the film is just like that, which I love. They really did try to stay as close to the book as possible, and I think they did such a great job with that. The actors, oh my god, amazing. Robert Pattinson is Preston Teagarden, fantastic. Tom Holland is Arvin Russell, fantastic. Bill Skarsgård is Willard Russell, fantastic. I mean, every single character was just amazing. I think whoever cast this movie, amazing job. It was really cool to see these characters come to life. Like Arvin in the book, I was really nervous because I have such such a deep feel for him, you know? You get to see his entire life and I really feel for the character, and so seeing him in the movie I was nervous that, you know, that wouldn't come across or I didn't know how it would go. She did such a great job playing him. So it all revolves around this boy Arvin, so you get to see kind of like his past when he was young and his parents' story, and then you get to see like him when he's probably, I think he's like 18-ish, like older teenager, young adults type guy, and you get to see kind of like the story surrounding him. It takes place in two places, so you're in, I think it's Mead and Knockemstiff, correct me if I'm wrong, and you kind of get to see like how these characters circle around and come in contact with each other. It's a really heartbreaking and dark, dramatic thriller. It's sad. It is sad. I think it's sadder when you watch the movie than you read the book. I don't know why that is, but for me it was a lot more heartbreaking watching it, and the book it was just like, holy shit, this is crazy. But I took some notes, of course. So let's get into that. Okay. Oh, you guys, you have to watch this. It's on Netflix now. Just throw it on. I think you'll really enjoy it. So I don't really have complaints about the film. I think it was amazing. I loved everything about it. I thought the screenplay, like the conversations were really amazing. I thought the director did a great job. I thought the actors did a great job. Like I really don't have complaints about the film at all. The only thing that I will say is like the cool part of the book is that you're slowly introduced to these characters and you don't necessarily know that they all come back around and connect, and that's one of the special parts about reading the story, because you know these characters, and then when you come to the timeline where they meet, you're like, oh shit, this is not going to be good. In the movie, you know that they're connected right away, and they tell you that outwardly, so that's kind of a shame, but at the same time, there's no other way that they could have done it, because you would see them, and then you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't think it would have worked any other way. So I don't like blame them for doing it that way, but I will say that that's kind of like the magic around the story. Yeah, you learn a lot up front about the characters, but like I said, it circles back around just like the book does, so I think they did such a good job with that. They really stayed true to the novel, which I love. It's a lot like the book and just a little bit different, and what I will say is like if you watch the movie and you think, oh, this movie's fucked up, the book is times 10. Like, I'm not joking. If you like the movie, you will love the book. So I know that you guys know that I'm like a walking advertisement for this book. I tell everyone to read it, but seriously, if you like the film, you will love the novel because it is 10 times gorier, 10 times darker, 10 times grosser. It's just so visceral and raw when you're reading it. It just gives you an entirely different experience. You don't really get into like the darkness of it for about like 20-30 minutes, so I would say it's a tiny bit of a slow start, but 100% worth it. The book pretty much starts off pretty dark right away. Another thing, I don't know, like I think reading the book, like, let me grab the book actually. Okay, it's 307 pages. So I'm not expecting them to be able to fit every single thing that's in here into a movie. I mean, obviously the movie's already 2 hours and some odd minutes long. However, reading the book, you just get a better feel for the characters, a lot more background on them. Obviously, you know, like things that are subtly portrayed in the movies, but things that are just like outwardly stated in the book. And I think that allows you to understand their motives a lot more. I think if I had just watched the movie, I would have been a little confused on a few things, like, oh, well, why did they do that, or why did they do that, or why are they doing this, or why are they like that? And I think that the book kind of answers all of those questions. This is not me picking apart or nitpicking the movie at all. This is just me being in love with the book so much. There's just magic between two book covers that can't be replicated in any other way. Like, it's so special reading a book and falling in love with these characters, or hating them, or, you know, watching them do horrible things. And then to see that come to life, it was really cool, but I just don't think that you'll get as close to them as you would reading the book. And that's for most books. I mean, honestly, if you guys are readers, you know that most of the time reading the book and imagining things in your head is far superior than watching somebody else's interpretation of it on screen. It's just the magic of book writing. It's the magic of novels and literature. So again, in no fault of the movie, but I'm really just trying to get you to like read the book if you enjoyed the film, because I'm telling you, it is fantastic. There's a section where Arvin, the main character, his father, when he's young, creates this prayer log. That's all I'm going to say about it, and when you guys go to watch the movie, hopefully you will, you'll get what I'm saying. But that entire thing is stretched out over like probably 30, 40, 50 pages in the book. Like, there's a lot going on with that, and it's far darker than in the film. And if you think that, like, honestly, I can't stress this enough, if you think the film is brutal, the book is 100 times worse. I'm telling you, like, they did leave out a lot. There are some characters, for example, there are two preachers that come to a town. The book expands on them so much, and the movie just kind of leaves them in the dust. And I get why. However, some of those scenes are just so intense. The book just really emphasizes how sad this town is, like how it's just filled with corruption. It's a rough read. You feel for these people, even if you don't particularly like them. So here's the thing. If you've watched the movie, or if you're planning to watch the movie and you do enjoy it, you have got to read the novel. If you've read the novel, because I know a few of you have, and you really enjoyed it, I think you should watch the movie. It's really cool to see these characters come to life, and like, I built up this entire 300 pages in my head, you know, like we all do when we're reading, and it was so cool to turn it on and see Arvin, and see the town, and see the church, and it was like, it resembled exactly what was in my head, because this writer is so amazing. Oh, I probably should have said this at the beginning. It's written by Donald Ray Pollock. Also, if you want more information on the book, I made a video a few months ago about just like how twisted and dark it is. You can absolutely check that out just to get more of a feel for it. Those were kind of the only notes that I made. Like, I think the movie was really good. It's always hard to review a movie that you've like already read the book for, you know, because I don't know if I'm biased towards it, because, well, I know I am because I love the book so much, but I don't know if I would have viewed it differently had I not read the book first. I don't know if I would have been more surprised at what happened, or more confused, or more excited. So if you guys do watch the movie, please let me know if you like it. I think that the movie is really entertaining. It's really dark, it's sad, it's got a bit of everything in it. There's, you know, some thriller aspects, there's some horror aspects, but I'm telling you that it does leave out a lot of the gore from the novel. And not to say that there's no gore, that's not what I'm saying at all. But I thought that if they really like leaned into that, it could have been like a really intense thriller. But they made it more of a dramatic interpretation of the book, which is fine. I mean, I think that's probably how it was intended to go. But me as a horror lover, my mind always focuses on the horror. And I think that it's absolutely worth watching. I will recommend to all of my friends. I mean, really, I don't have anything negative to say about it. Take my biased opinion however you will. But basically, I'm here to just tell you, watch the movie, read the book. They're both amazing. Yeah, that's it for today. I hope you guys watch this movie. I hope you guys read this book, and let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Like, subscribe, do whatever. Listen to my stories if you'd like. They are linked below. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.